So I finally decided that I need a sub in my car, so we will see if this is going to be super hard. This is a SAAB ng9-3 new generation, so yeah, I don't have a subwoofer yet, but I have the wiring and I think this is the right place to start. Get it all wired up and then just add the subwoofer, because this is a pain, or I'm not sure, but it's not often I do these kinds of installs, so I don't really know what I'm doing here, but I will try to find somewhere to poke the power cable through the firewall at least. So here we have the pedals, and there's a cover here that I think you first have to remove, and then there is a way that we can get through the firewall, but up here is a Torx screw, so I will remove that first. T20 Torx down, you can just drop this plastic piece down, then we go under here. Oh, it's a little bit tight under here, and up to the left there. Inside here, I will try the other arm. Drag that down, and yeah, maybe you can see it. It's like a grommet here that I think we can push it through that round thing there. Remove this little piece, and I hope that I can feed the wire through now. So skip the whole round thing, just try to stick it right under the wiring harness, but be careful so you don't damage the wiring harness, because then you are really in trouble. So I used a screwdriver, you can see it up there, poking a hole through it, and I have taped around the wire and to like poke both of them through, and the wire is now actually through. And this place here, it's really hard because there is really hard to get in there. You have to like lay on your back, and you can't really get your arms in there either, so it's really hard. And it's not either easy to get it on the engine side out. As you can see here behind the strut tower, you can see the wire there, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna pull that, but maybe get some grips or something. So a little bit of an update here. Don't try to use a screwdriver. I could get it through, but the screwdriver of course was too big, and to get through the grommet it was absolutely impossible. But then I also saw the other guy, he was using something like this for electricians. You like put it through the pipe, and then you after you have like dragged the whole wire through the pipe, you fasten the wire to it and then just drag the wire to the other side. I didn't have like the right tool like this, but I had something like for plumbing. I just cut off the end, so this is nice and sharp, and as you can see this is all metal, so no problem at all poking this through. And then I just used electrical tape. I tried once, then it was just slipping, so the second time I used a lot of electrical tape, and then it just went right through, no problems at all. But as you can see, it's just so tight, so yeah, I would say don't bother trying if you don't have a tool, something like that, because you can't get your hands in here and try to pull it out, and it's also impossible to push the wire by hand on the other side. Yeah, everything is wired up in the front, so that's nice. It's a finished kit, but you have to screw things together and strip the wires to put on all of these things. So when I'm finished in the front, I don't start wiring the cable to the back yet, because we need to get some signal for the bass to activate, and I think the best way is to get it from the amp itself. and it's mounted down there, so we actually need to loosen up the seat to be able to get to it. So I'm not sure it's some really big torques or something for each of these seat ones. I just had this in a tool set and it works perfectly. So time to remove the seat. So I had to move the whole seat to get access to the amplifier, but I thought I didn't really see the screws in the front, but it's like just on rails that the seat is like slipped into. So it was now possible to move the chair forward, and then I can get full access to the amplifier so I can get the signal. So you see that you have a wiring diagram here for the connector, and I just wired this low or high output converter to the left, minus and plus. So now I have converted the speaker signal for the left mid-bass speaker or something like that to speaker signal. So after I've soldered everything, taped everything up, I routed the RCA cables in through the hole that the stock wiring comes out, and then the cables come up under here, and then I can route the RCA cables all the way. You just need to remove all of the trim that I got here. I would advise to have a vacuum cleaner handy, because you want to clean what you're taking out, and a lot of dust collects from the seatbelt holder. And all of these plastic panels that goes along the side here, they just are clipped in, so just pull on them gently and you will feel your way of getting it. And I have the wires running out just in the back, and you just pull up and try to get it up behind the seat there. And the same with the power wire coming from the front here, just tucked it in here, removed all of the trim along the way and just tucked the wire in here. So no wires are showing, that is perfect. And now it's time to maybe vacuum clean a little bit and then start to mount everything back together again. So the install is finished, all of the trim is back on and in the back, and you can absolutely not see any wires at all. Then we have the sub here in the back. This is from an old car, and I think I will be buying a new one tomorrow. But as you can see, the wires are just coming up there. Maybe I will shorten them later, but all of the wires are coming neatly up there. And I think also we'll find a ground point down there somewhere, because I just tested this sub here now and grounded it in there. And this sub here also of course got the auto on off, so I don't really have to use that signal cable, that blue one that you would else need to use from the remote, or like the adapter from high to low, that thing, you know, that module you are connecting in. And the good thing about that is that it's just super simple to add that adapter high to low, because then you just wire it in directly into the speaker wires, left and not left and right, but plus and minus to one speaker, and then you will get the sound you need, and you don't have to care about grounding it and getting it power and everything like that. That's just a hassle. So super simple, nice subwoofer that auto power on. And I hope maybe this video here helps you, or if you was confused. I did read through some forums, or the SAAB forums, but all of them, all of the threads are really old, so none of the picture were there, and people were like linking to other threads like, oh, this have already been done, so look here and look there. But yeah, if you have any questions that is related to this install, you could question me and I will try to help you. I'm not expert, but as you can see, it was actually fairly simple. you get, if you have the right equipment, it's not that hard, but it took me one evening, so some hours it did. And also it's really nice to be able to solder. That is also something. It would be much harder and install would be really terrible if I couldn't solder. But I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.